What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my podcast. This is a Beyond Click and Clip. This is a video or a podcast where we talk about anything and everything except Lego. Not too much, anyway. This is a video where you can sit back, relax, laugh, get mad at me, cry at me, whatever, while you do something. Whatever you're doing, cleaning the house, working, mowing the yard, whatever it may be. Have me on in the background. Uh, Something I really like to talk about is my life experiences and what's on my mind. And today, I kind of want to talk to you about growing up and goals. Not goals, but I got a story to tell. When I was a kid, this is weird. I know. I totally get it. But when I was a kid, a buddy of mine got a brand new scooter. And you know what those are, right? They're like a skateboard with handlebars and two wheels at the bottom. You scoot the scooter. Uh, I thought those were the coolest thing. This is back when they first started coming out or being popular. They may have had them back in the day, but to me, that was new to me. And my friend got one, and I wanted one so bad. Uh, I don't know how much they were. Next time, I went to my dad and mom. I want one of those. They looked at me kind of funny, like, why would you want one of those? I go, I don't know, man. They're cool. They're cool looking. So, next time when my parents went to Walmart, that was our only grocery store really in town. There was another one, but don't know why they never went to it. Probably because Walmart was cheaper. I don't know. But anyway, we went to Walmart and we walked by the bike section there at Walmart, and I looked and there was a scooter. It's like, like in the movies where they look up and the thing is just shining, like, oh. And there it was. It was like, yes, that's the one. That's calling my name. I looked at Dad. I go, how much is that, Dad? He came and looked. He said, it's $100. I go, man, I go, Dad, you have $100? He looked at me and goes, son, I'm trying to put food on the table for you. I don't have $100. I go, dang it. I was a little deflated. Like, I'm never going to get that scooter. Never. Never. And, well, sooner or later, I got home and my grade card came in the mail. It wasn't very good. I was passing, but not to the grades that my parents thought I should be doing. Son, if you try a little bit harder, you can bring those grades up. I said, I'm doing the best I can. I'm barely staying awake. I'm doing good there. Anyway, so we went and got the credit card, and my dad looked at it, looked at me, looked at the card, looked at me, looked at the card, looked at me again, and he goes, son, you can do way better. And I'm like, Dad, I am doing way better than I could. I could have been sleeping in class and got an F. I didn't. I stayed awake and got that grade, so I'm doing pretty good in my mind. That wasn't a good answer. My dad goes, then, my dad had to go into that parent teaching thing. Say, son, you're not going to get nowhere in life if you don't try your best and do absolutely good. You're not going to. I'm like, oh my gosh, is he ever going to hush? That was back in my 8-year-old, 9-year-old life where I didn't listen to my parents like that. I wish I did, because now, me being older, I get what he was saying. Funny, we don't do that. When we're kids, we're thinking, oh, we know everything. Growing up, we know how to get. We know everything until we figure out that we don't. But anyway, Dad looked at me, and my mom, of course, was the more bigger reactor. Like, her tone got a little higher than my dad's. My dad was more laid back, and my mom was like, you gonna do something about this now, Papa? Anyway, My dad looked at me and goes, "Didn't you want a scooter?" I said, "Yeah, Dad, am I going to get one?" He looked at me and he goes, "Not right now, you're not." Like, why did you even bring it up? He said, "We're going to do this because my mom is particular about my schoolwork and stuff. And she actually made a deal with the teachers at school to get me a weekly report card that I was doing my work and all that stuff. Like, but my dad made a chart, put it on the refrigerator. And he said, if you got good reports from your teachers, I'll give you a mark. We do this for 2 weeks or till the next report card. We usually get 4, like, this was the first report card, so we had 3 more to go. The second one's at Christmas, right? So, all right, well, that's going to take some work. And he said, if I get good, he'll give me 3 strikes, like in baseball, and you're out. So out of all them weeks to the next report card, a weekly report will come to my parents. If I had a good mark, they'd put a mark. But if it wasn't such a good week, it'd be my strike. And we get 3 strikes are out. And the goal is if I didn't strike out, and I had good reports every week until the next grade card, and I rose my grades by 1%, I would get that scooter. That was the deal. And I agreed to it. Yes, I could do that. It ain't gonna be so hard. Well, I worked hard for the first couple of weeks. Like I got getting good grade cards, good reports from the teachers at the end of the week, and then one week I fluffed it, and I got a strike. They goes, you only got 2 more strikes. You better make them. You need to make them count. Oh, Dad, it was just a bad week. I got this. I got this. We can do this. Well, the next week I did pretty good. Next week, not so good. And got my second strike. Like, oh, man, I only got 1 more. I'm going to miss out on the scooter. Well, I was doing so great. After that, I buckled down. And I got almost there. I got almost to the goal. I think I had a week or so before my other grade card came out, and I had a bad report and got my 3rd strike. Dad came home from work, sat down at the table, and he goes, "Son, you struck out. You had a week or so left till the report card, and you gave up too early. You had a week to go. Why couldn't you just do it?" I said, "Dad, I don't know." I really didn't have an answer for him. I was a little bummed. I was a little saddened because I didn't get that goal of mine met. And he sat down. Of course, he told me, "Son," and he gave me the pick him up, Charlie, and go speech. He told me, "Son, sometimes in life you do fall short of your goals. And there's nothing to be ashamed about." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're telling me I didn't get the scooter?" And my dad goes, "It's nothing about the scooter. You tried. You worked. You did. You had good reports. You just didn't carry it out. And sometimes in life that happens. You work towards a goal, and you can achieve the goals, but it may not be the first try." I go, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yes, we made the deal. If you did good and they didn't strike out, you'd receive this scooter. And you fell short of that goal." I said, "Yeah." He said, but he goes, "You may not get the scooter, but you can still work on that goal and do good every week and have good reports coming home every week and raise your grade, which is going to help you in the long run than a stupid scooter," is what he told me. And my dad, he was an old type farmer type. He was a redneck. I mean, he was laid back. He worked he worked for his family. He worked two jobs, and the goal of his was to provide for me and my mom, and he did. He worked two jobs, three jobs, whatever it took to provide for me and my mom, and that's what he did, and that was his goal, and that's what he was trying to convey to me. Is if you don't work hard and try to achieve some goals, you're not going to achieve them. You just got to keep working at it and keep doing it. You got to do what you got to do. And for me to bring up my grades, I got to pay attention in school and stuff like that. He says, you may not get the scooter, but you may win at life. And that's what that basically what was his message and his teaching to me was. And I'm the type I have to learn it and I have to go through it to learn it. You can sit there and tell me every day something and it's not going to sink in. I've got to actually do it. I got to learn either the hard way or the easy way. Usually the hard way I have to learn. I got to live it. I got to go through. I got to experience it for me to learn anything in life. That's how I've always been. You could put a book in front of me. I could read it from cover to cover, and I ain't going to pick up a thing until I go out and actually do it. And then that's where I'm learning. And that was his message to me. But yeah, at the end of the day, I didn't get the scooter. But I learned that lesson. I did. I learned that lesson to keep setting goals for yourself. You may not get it the exact time you want it, but you will eventually get it. So, in time. But no, I never did get a scooter though. Because I think after time I just forgot about it. Something new came up and I wanted it instead of the scooter. So, he may have saved me from bruising knees, from falling off of it, broken neck, or whatever. But I did learn that I have to do something to receive something, good or bad. So, yeah, that life lesson and a story that my dad conveyed to me to teach me a lesson, and he did it in such a way that he knew me. I had to go through it. I had to go through the experiences so I learned. And during the time, I'm like, dude, this stinks. Why do I have to do this? Just get a freaking scooter to ride down the street. You gotta go to school and do this, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, after he sat down and told me, after I failed, and he explained it to me, see? And I knew then and there what he meant. And I learned. So, but anyway, I think I'm going to leave this one to you. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Life experience right there, right? And so, guys, I want you to be good to one another. Pay it forward. Do unto others that you want done to yourself. Be somebody's light and somebody's darkest cloud. I say it every ending of the podcast where somebody could be having a bad day, a real horrible day, and a hello from you or just something just to say hi could have brightened their day. Tell them that they look good today. You like their shirt. You like their hat. You like whatever you see that you do like. Just say, hey, I like your nails. Whatever. I like your hair. That could be enough to put a smile on the person's face to say, you know what? Today's not so bad. Somebody did recognize me and said hi. Now my day's good. That could be what it takes. Guys, until the next one. Bye-bye.